What's poppin', YouTube? It's your boy Josh here at Pop Lab Studio, once again doing another pop culture inspired dish. This is the Dolly Parton 5-ingredient or 5-ish ingredients. Of course, you can change or embellish as much as you want. Casserole. All right, basic ingredients here: salt, pepper, garlic, red pepper flakes, diced tomatoes, peppercini, butter, beef cooking spray, pans, pot, tin foil, bell peppers, green bell peppers, potatoes. Now, it did call for russet potatoes in the original recipe, but we got these small little potatoes that we're going to use because I had them in my cabinet. An onion diced up. I did all of the work ahead of time. Yes, I did wash my hands, you filthy animals. So washed all the vegetables, washed my hands. Now what we're going to do is just start this. So we already have it going at 350 or getting up to the 350 mark. And then what we'll do in the meantime is we'll clear all this off to make a nice safe working space and start getting that meat browned. All right, guys, after turning the oven on preheat to 350 so that we don't have to wait for that in the future, next step is in a large to medium skillet over medium to high heat, cook your ground beef until no longer pink, roughly about 8 minutes here. So I've already chopped this up, the package, so that it opens up. These Aldi beef packages are not convenient to get into and out of. Just want to get all of this. This is a clean knife. Just trying to get all of the meat out of here so I'm not wasting any of it. I did spray a little bit of cooking spray in the bottom of the pan. All right, that seems to be about as much as I can get. Don't have to worry about every little ounce of meat. Oh, you can actually hear it sizzle. All right, almost there, guys, as this beef is browning up nicely. And we did get the, I guess, the all-natural, grass-fed, whatever, ultra-low fatty kind. There's actually not a lot of it. Some of those cheaper, high-fat meats will actually pool in the bottom. I have almost nothing in this pan. I actually prefer that way. Plus, I don't feel like as I'm cooking it, I'm getting ripped off that I have to throw half of the combined juice weight away. All right, so at this point, now that it's all cooked up, we're going to add a little bit of extra salt to it, some pepper, just for the cooking purpose. Going to just stir that up a little bit. Turn the heat down a little bit, just so that it stays a little bit warm. All right, and on to the next step. While that meat is browning over there, we're stepping over here to the casserole dish that we have ready. The oven already went off, preheated at 350. We're going to spray a little bit of extra virgin olive oil cooking spray in the pan. So like I said, it says called for russet potatoes cut into thin strips and layered on the bottom. We don't have that, and we're not going to do that. We're just going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to take these little potatoes that have already been cut up nicely in half, try to get them all even so that they're not sticking together as whole potatoes as much as we can, just so that it covers the bottom. All right. At this point, it says we can also season, crushed red pepper flakes, just a few for taste. A little bit of garlic powder, just a little bit. Salt, and a little more pepper. Pretty much the same thing we did to the meat as it was cooking over there. And then once again, I will stir these potatoes around just so we get that seasoning nice and even all over the place. Now that we put the potatoes on the bottom, the next thing we're going to do is take some butter. I cut it up into 4 slices. I'm going to put it basically in each one of the corners. You know what? It's not going to hurt. I'm going to take a 5th one and put it dead center. All right. So after that, what we're going to do is take our meat that is already cooked, pre-seasoned, and we're going to spread it over here as evenly as possible. If you like more beef, if you can use ground chicken, ground turkey, you can ground venison if you like to. Whatever kind of meat fits your fancy for this meal. It's not a hard, fast, solid rule on all this stuff. So now we're going to take the onion, and there's a lot of onions here. And I like onions, but that seems to be pretty good right there. A little bit more salt and pepper. I'm going to take the diced tomatoes, a full can, 14.5 ounces. I'm actually going to keep the liquid in this just so that it actually gives it a little, I just don't want it all drying out. So I think keeping the liquid, it doesn't call for draining it at all. So there's another reason why I'm not doing it. But I also have done way too many meals where drain it and it comes out just all dry and gross. And all right. So after the tomatoes, I'm going to do a little bit of green pepper. I think this was 2 green bell peppers. I would have done 3 to give it a little bit more, but the third one didn't look too pretty, so I didn't want to eat it. Once again, I'm going to put a little more seasoning on top. Yes, I seasoned the heck out of this thing. Last but optional step, just for my family, because we like a little bit of spice in our life. These are pepperoncinis. These were the whole pepperoncinis in the can, in the bottle, the jar that we just took and chopped up with some food safe scissors. And just put that right on top just for a little bit of kick, some gusto. I'm gonna make sure it's a little bit even on things. Now, last thing, one more time. A little bit of extra pepper, a little bit of salt. All right. With that said, I now have to take the tin foil, place it over top of it, completely. This is a very cheap, so that was probably horrific noise in the microphone. Very cheap tin foil. And let's see what we can do. Just guys, with that said, pop this bad boy in the oven, already preheated to 350 for 2 hours. And we will see you in 2 hours. And now the moment of truth. It has been in for 2 hours. Gonna shut off the stove. All right. Then we're gonna take this bad boy out, put it on top, and for the reveal. It smells really good. All right, let's just stir it up a little bit. Get some of those potatoes that are on the bottom mixed in, making sure that the pepperoncinis that were on top also get cycled into the bottom here. The only thing I really wish I would have done, maybe, I do like the amount that we have here, but I wish that I could do 1.5 pounds of the meat instead of just a pound. But Aldi does sell those 1 pound squares, so I'd have to bust open 1.5 pounds or 1.5 squares. All right, well, next step is I did pre-cook some rice, so some risotto. I'm actually going to put some risotto down as a base, scoop it on top, and we'll have the final verdict. And the final finished product, the casserole, and as I said, I did give it a little bit of a rice base on the bottom here. And as always, I'm going to take the bite, but I'm going to do it off the camera. I'm not going to let you guys watch me shove stuff in my face. That was so good, I actually had to take 2 bites off camera. This is a 10 out of 10. Super simple meal. Thank you, Dolly Parton. It just does have a little bit of a cook time, that 2-hour cook time. That'd be the only thing I would say that you'd have to. This isn't a quick meal, but it is a very easy, very tasty meal, very versatile. You guys check this out, try this out, try different bases, try different potatoes, try different veggies. Do what you need to, add more meat. Guys, I do recommend this one. All right, as always, hit the subscribe, the bell icon so you know when another video is coming out, and keep popping.